Hello, guys. So I was looking again at the technology over there, and one of the things that caught my eyes is yet another JavaScript framework. But from the first look, I prefer it better than other frameworks. So this one is called Astro. It's a JavaScript framework for building UIs. The thing that I like about it is that it focuses on content, on a content website as opposed to web applications. The reason is that even though you might have a web application, there is still a good chance you have a lot of content on your website. Also, you can plug in React into there, so so it's okay. And the whole thing of React, which I dislike, is the fact that it's causing a lot of heavyweight. It's heavy. It's causing you to build single page applications, and Astro, as I like, is going to from the other direction because it's going from the content side. So it's starting to build from the server side first. So what does it mean? It means that it generates the HTML on the server side, ships it to the client side. This is going to be faster than dynamic websites that you need to troubleshoot with a lot of JavaScript, and it's becoming complex on the client side. I prefer to keep the complexity on the server side where I have robust tools for it and not a heavyweight on the browser. So Astro already has a lot of users, right? And it's beginning with server side, but you can have islands which are dynamic. So you have your application, everything here is server-side rendered, and then you have these small islands which are dynamic and called the server. This is the main concept around Astro. Let's read this. Let's read this. The Astro framework is gaining more popularity in the community. One of our teams has used Astro to build content-driven websites like blogs and marketing websites. Astro is a multi-page application framework that renders HTML on the server and minimizes the amount of JavaScript sent over the wire. So for me, it's the simplification of the stack. Instead of the wire, we like that Astro supports, when appropriate, select active components written in front-end JavaScript frameworks of your choice, so you can have islands. Encourages sending only HTML. It does this through island architecture. This is what it talked about. It in your application, you have islands that are dynamic, and I like this concept. At least I wouldn't say I liked it. I prefer it than single-page applications. Islands are regions of interactivity within a single page where the necessary JavaScript is downloaded only when needed. In this way, most areas of the site are converted to fast static HTML, and the JavaScript parts are optimized for parallel loading. Our team likes both its page rendering performance. Yeah, it has higher performance than other libraries, unless you go vanilla. The Astro component syntax is simple extension of HTML, and the learning curve is quite gentle. So let's look at the actual Astro website. I want also to read from here because this is also interesting. So from their website, Astro is the framework for building content driven, as we said, websites like blogs, marketing, e-commerce, but it has also the dynamic part, also known for pioneering the front-end architecture to reduce feature. Let's look at feature. So it has, as we said, islands, which are dynamic, island component-based web architecture optimized for content-driven websites, UI agnostic. Actually, islands looks like it can be any component, both dynamic and both static. UI agnostic supports React, Svelte, Vue, Solid, HTMX, so many of them. Server first, move expensive rendering off your visitor's device. Zero.js by default, love it. Less client-side JavaScript to slow your site down. Content collections, organize, validate, provide TypeScript for your markdown content. So as we said, it's a content first framework. So it supports, as it seems, like reading markdown in a more seamless way. Perhaps you can just put your markdown files there and treat them as a static website. Customizable, you can use Tailwind, NDX, and hundreds of integration design principle. Content driven by content, server first, fast by default, easy to use. Content driven, we described it. Server first, we described it. Fast by default. So it would claim, I bet you any website, any framework that we would go, you'd see the framework on the first place. So I'm not surprised I would see them here at the first place or something. But yeah, here they have some claims about every 100 millisecond faster, you get 1% more conversions. 50% faster, you get 12% more sales. Okay, optimizations. Many frameworks, easy to use, all the marketing stuff. But I get the hang of it. I get the hang of being server side first, right? I get the hang of limit JavaScript unless needed. I get it that you want content first and not web application first, which is going to be complex on the client side. And I like it that they support multiple frameworks. They support Markdown because much of your website could be Markdown if you're just marketing or something. So Astro looks good. I think I saw they have like 1 million downloads. It's pretty, people are using it. So this looks good. If I was a client developer, and I'm not, I would consider Astro. Because I'm more of a server-side developer, then I would dump the whole JavaScript to ashes and use something completely rendered on the server side.